Hi, it's Ep115 and welcome to the Millionaire Insider. For over 30 years, I've been advising and researching the top 1% and 2% of millionaires to learn how millionaires with amazing lives do business, life, and money differently. And now I'm providing you and bringing to you practical, easy to implement insights so that you can build a profitable business and create a financially free life you love. And today we're diving into 5 Millionaire Mindset Secrets, what you need to know and do to succeed. It's a formula, my friends. You just got to follow it. So before we dive in, please hit subscribe and ring the bell. The bell gives you notifications when new episodes come out, including bonus episodes, so please subscribe. Today's episode is sponsored by 3 insider secrets to generate leads. You can go to millionaireseries.com/lead generation to access this free training. Let's face it, if you are trying to create a business, you're an entrepreneur, you're an advisor, you've got to know what you need to do to attract more ideal affluent clients. And the 3 insider secrets to generate leads shows you how. Again, millionaireseries.com/lead generation. All materials and intellectual property are copywritten by the millionaireseries.com. All rights and information are reserved. This information is not intended to replace any advisor or specialist, including investment, financial, tax, retirement, or any planning expert or healthcare expert. Before beginning any plan, you agree to consult with your own team of advisors and to review your situation. All participants agree to hold millionaireseries.com and its affiliates harmless for results achieved or not achieved, and any reproduction of this material is allowed only with written authorization from the millionaireseries.com. So for today's show notes and resources, you can go to millionaireseries.com/115. For all show notes, go to millionaireseries.com/MI. If you want some additional insider secrets on millionaires, in fact, 20 of the best that I have found over the last 30 years, you can go to millionaireseries.com/20MIS to access 20 of the best millionaire insider secrets. It took me years to figure these out. You can have it for free, you can access it, you can apply it so you can get on your journey. So let's dive into the 5 secrets. So the first one is laser focus. The interesting point of millionaires and multimillionaires and successful people is they have an ability to quiet their mind and to get clear on exactly what they want. Now, you'll see some millionaires that are really scattered and they're just all across the place. You'll typically find those millionaires, they've got money and then they don't. They've got money and then they don't. It's never ideal. And you've got to have an ability to focus your mind and know what your end goal is. So you've got to get clear. You also have to be able to single task. It's such a myth that you can multitask. Now, one of the things that I found really fascinating early in my career, I'm working with gazillionaires. I mean, we're talking 7, 8 figure millionaires. And the thing that fascinated me is that they went so slow. Like they just kind of did like one thing at a time. And I thought, gosh, if I could teach them how to multitask, they could be so much more successful. And instead what happened is they taught me how wrong I was. It's not about going faster. It's about being really clear and methodical and knowing what you need to do so that you can get the results. You've got to be able to master your focus on command. And this requires that you program your mind. You can go to millionaireseries.com/106 to be able to access the training on how to program your mind. But the goal is to master your focus and attention so that you can complete tasks and not get distracted, not get off tangent. That requires that we quiet our mind down. So one of the most effective strategies to do that is focus breathing, where you're closing your eyes, you're sitting, ideally either your palms down or up, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. So you breathe into the count of 8, you hold it for 8, you release for 10. So breathe in, hold it, release. I want you to do that first thing in the morning and last thing in the evening, and then whenever you need to bring yourself back to the present. If you find that you are multitasking, you are getting distracted by social media, you have a major meeting and you want to be really prepared, just sit down and focus breathe. In through your nose, hold it, out. In through the count of 8, hold it for 8, release for 10. such a powerful strategy. That's your primary strategy, and then there are secondary strategies. But if you go over to the training at millionaireseries.com/106, you learn all those trainings. So we won't spend time right now going over it. The goal is to be present and conscious, and this allows us to tap into our intuition and that knowing, like what should we do? What's the best path to take? But it does require that we take the time and we slow down so that we can focus. All right, the next thing that you've got to understand, that millionaires really understand, is the difference between activities and results. This is critical. They understand that the most critical element is you got to focus in on the activities to achieve the results, not just the results. Now, I get results that are important. I run a performance mastermind. My middle name should be results. But we've got to understand that it's the activities that generate the results that we've got to be focused on. You'll find top producers, multimillionaires are crystal clear on this, whereas low and average people who are struggling, not so much. So what they're focused on is identifying those critical activities they've got to consistently execute on. And that's what you've got to be looking at consistently. What is the most important use of my time right now? One of the articles I did some years ago was, what is the value of each minute? I had a mentor ask me that. I'm like, what? What does that matter? He's like, start focusing on the value of each minute. That's going to dictate more about your life than anything else. And I will tell you, it changed the trajectory of my life. I started out with like $7 a minute, which meant $420 an hour. And it just went from there. And then you start getting to where you're leveraging things and anything's possible. As the saying goes, you can have anything you want, you just can't have everything. That's why you got to get really clear on it, and you got to focus on what you need to do. You've got to get so clear, crystal clear, and then choose. And it all begins with your mind, quieting down and knowing what you want. If you don't quiet your mind down, it's very difficult to focus on the activities you need to do. And one of the most important things is getting adequate sleep, 7 to 8.5 hours of sleep. No electronics 60 minutes before you go to bed, and then practice your focused breathing. In through your nose, hold it for 8, and then release for 10. In to the count of 8, hold it for 8, and then release for 10. So powerful. Another thing is to reduce or eliminate caffeine. Now, I'm not against caffeine, but the problem is if we have too much of that in our system, it can be a problem. And if you have health issues, you may want to look at getting your caffeine from something like green tea, which has L-theanine in it, instead of from coffee, which is very high as far as toxicity. So just be aware of it. Try things. See what works for you. You want to eat a clean diet. That's going to help too, as far as your ability to focus and really get clear on what you need to do. And then exercise. And ideally, you're doing stretching, you're doing cardio, and you're doing weight training. Excuses. Oh, this is a big one, my friends. And oh, believe me, this is one I've struggled with. It can be so hard to remove excuses, right? But excuses, they're roadblocks. One of the things millionaires do is they program their mind to remove excuses and roadblocks so that they can make way to achieve their desired goal. They focus on their goals and work continuously to remove barriers. Again, you can go to millionaireseries.com/106 to learn how to program your mind, which is so critical. But it's so easy to get caught up in the blaming somebody or not taking ownership, but that is something that's so critical. And excuses will keep you stuck longer than you could ever imagine. So just, you gotta work on that. You've gotta eliminate that. Knowledge, this is one that's a big one, especially if you're an advisor or you're some type of person that's a little more technical, it kills us. But there's a formula, and it's called the CAR formula: knowledge, activities, results. So a lot of people, we want the right knowledge so that we can take the right action so we get the results. The problem is that a lot of times people get into that knowledge where it becomes analysis paralysis. We just want more. Just give me more information. Just give me more insight. And before you know it, you're spending all your time on getting more knowledge. But what millionaires understand is we want knowledge, the right knowledge. We want consistent right activity so we can get the results. That is the winning formula. Accountability. Oh, this is a big one. Millionaires with amazing lives take ownership and they're accountable for their actions. They don't pass the buck in their business or their life. They believe the buck stops with them. That being said, they expect their team to show up, take ownership, responsibility, and accountability, but they understand they are the leader of the ship. Such a powerful lesson and so important. All right, let's do a recap. The first thing you got to do is master your focus so that you can laser focus. That's what millionaires do. They understand the power of activities and completing the activities to get the results they want. And while they want results, they are first and foremost focused in on those activities. They remove excuses. Excuses aren't a part of it. And somebody that's caught up in excuses, they're going to call out immediately. They understand the CAR formula. Knowledge plus activities equals results. And they take ownership, responsibility, and are accountable for their actions. Wasn't that difficult, was it? This is what I encourage you to do. Start with one thing. Don't beat yourself up. One thing. Maybe it's excuses. Maybe it's accountability. But just start. And it doesn't matter. I want you to be more focused on getting it right than being right. And I recently read a post about that, and I thought, how true is that? We've got to get it right. And we got to focus on where we're going, and that is the first step. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit subscribe and also ring the bell so you get notified. And for some of you that want a mug, we give mugs to people who engage. So please comment, watch different trainings, go through them. The people we see applying it and engaging are the ones we send mugs to. So please, please, please engage. I want to know that you're benefiting from this material and that you're applying it, because it's going to have such a dramatic impact on your business and your life. So for today's show notes, go to millionaireseries.com/115. For all show notes, go to millionaireseries.com/MI. And again, the free resource, 20 Millionaire Insider Secrets, you can go to millionaireseries.com/20MIS. And today's show is sponsored by the 3 Insider Secrets to generate leads. If you're an advisor, an entrepreneur, a consultant, you've got to have quality leads, and ideally from affluent clients, ideal profitable clients. And that's what this training is going to teach you. You can go to millionaireseries.com/lead generation to access this training. I really encourage you to take advantage of this. It's free. It's going to provide you a lot of insight that you need so you can really up-level your game and attract more of the people you want to serve. So thank you so much for attending the 5 Millionaire Mindset Secrets. So there you have it. It wasn't that difficult, right? The one thing I can guarantee you, if you apply even a fraction of what I taught you today, you're going to be so much further ahead than you can imagine. So please, just start with one, master that, then go to the next. It's that easy. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Ep115, host of the Millionaire Insider. All international copyrights are reserved. Bye now.